This album has been in the works for 5 years, and if you know anything about these two, you know it is going to be something. They first linked together in 2016 for Beautiful People, and they are one of the best combos in electronic music. Thom Yorke's vocals combined with Mark Pritchard's sound design work so unbelievably well together, so here's what we know about the album. It's going to release on the 9th of May with 12 tracks, including the two we've already heard, Back in the Game and This Conversation is Missing Your Voice. I was lucky enough to see Back in the Game debut live at the Sydney Opera House in November, and let me tell you, this man has got superpowers or something. Right on the line where he said, "Everybody run, it looks like rain," I kid you not, it started pouring down rain. Coincidence? Probably not. Fucking biblical? I think so. One of the lyrics is "sucking like lemons all over again," which has got to be a reference to "Yesterday I woke up sucking a lemon in everything in its right place." And if you didn't know, that's a song about Thom Yorke's terrible time on the OK Computer tour. Also, the studio version of the song was not as good. It was less punchy than the live version. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased, I'm saying that because it had heavier bass and drums in the live version than it did in the studio version, and I think it just made it sound a lot better. A lot of people thought that this was not Thom Yorke's best song, and sorry, it's not amazing, but it's still good. It kind of reminds me of his work from The Smile, especially in the electronic slow burn vibe that it has. This Conversation is Missing Your Voice was released 3 days ago as of the release of this video, and let me say, this has got me a lot more excited for the album than the other song. And really interestingly, there's a little video game style island at the start of both the music videos. I don't know what it means, but I'm sure there's a story there. I theorize it's probably something to do, there's a little like trippy animation feature film thing coming out with the release of the album, so maybe it has something to do with that. They changed their profile pictures to match like high school sweethearts, which is adorable. I think one of the craziest things about this album is that Mark Pritchard said that Thom Yorke is pushing himself to vocal ranges that he has never done before. And like, this is coming from the guy who revolutionized music multiple times with his work on Kid A, OK Computer, The Smile, and his solo work. Mark Pritchard talked about this in an interview he did with the Rolling Stone magazine. He said that, "I'd never heard him sing the way he does in Staghead's song." And Yorke told him he had never found a way of getting in the headspace, and he found a little trick where if he very speeded, which is when you change the speed from a standard speed like 33, 45, or 77 RPM on a turntable, it allowed him to get into character a bit more to deliver the vocal in that register. You heard me right, this man got into character to reach a vocal range he had never done in over 30 years of making music at his big ripe old age of 56. Mark Pritchard has a long history in electronic music, particularly ambient and IDM, which is intelligence dance music. Both songs are kind of creepy, layered, Aphex Twin-esque, which kind of makes sense because Mark Pritchard has worked with Aphex Twin songs in the past, and also the album is being produced by Warp Records, who have produced for Aphex Twin as well. He's also remixed Radiohead's Bloom and worked with songs like Depeche Mode, PJ Harvey, and basically every other one of the top 10 artists of all time. At this point, Thom Yorke could just coast. He's one of the most influential musicians of the last few decades. He could retire and let his music be played in indie films for eternity, but he's genuinely just doing this for the love of the game. I think that Tall Tales is going to be one of those albums that you don't just chuck on in the background for the good vibe. I think it's going to be something you put your headphones on late at night, fully listen to. Message wise, I'm sort of hoping the album has something to do with AI, because a lot of the OG Radiohead songs have been about how technology is impacting the world, you know, planes, cars, TV, but also this album was made quite a while ago, so it would make sense if it wasn't. I'm considering buying the first edition of the vinyl, but also tell me why it is 150 buckaroonies. What, are they shipping Thom Yorke with it? That is an insane price to be paying for a record. But the art, as is always with Thom Yorke, is so good, I might be selling a liver soon. The art on the album, as well as on the little shipping boxes that are in the music videos, is so cool. Yeah, May 9th, mark your calendars. And also, I will of course be doing a full album review when it comes out, so subscribe for that.